Woohoo, Charger fans. I did not end up seeing this one coming. Did you? Both Khalil Mack, I anticipated him taking a restructure, but I didn't think Joey Bosa would. What does this mean now for DC Jesse Minter's defense now retaining both Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa? More on this here on Charger Syndicate. What is going on, you guys? It is Jake Silva here on Chargers Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news. If it is your first time on the channel, I would greatly appreciate you guys to smash the like, smash the subscribe, and hit the bell button to keep you guys up to date on future and past videos here on the channel, giving you all the best news around LA Chargers football. All right, guys. Well, I know that this has initially happened, but man, I still couldn't even see this coming. So initially the news upon it earlier on is that the Chargers were successful in restructuring not one, but two contracts. Both Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are back, and they are back as one of the elite edge rushers. Now, initially, like I said in my previous video covering Khalil Mack, depending on if he was going to end up being on the trade market, Khalil Mack, to me, like I said, is a guy that is proven to be a dog, and he's a guy that for the 2 years he spent with the Chargers, he's played all 17 games. And this past season where he had 16 and a half sacks as a career high, a guy that still can play at the elite level at age 33. So Khalil Mack was one I really was desperate for the Chargers to keep and retain. They finally did. They ended up opening up some cap space. And then that was where initially, like I said, you give me 2 years of Khalil Mack, with the development of Thule as a young pass rusher, and also you got Chris Rumph as well on that backside. So I honestly think, this was the best thing that could happen for the Chargers, and now we're going to get more Mack attacks coming in next season. Now, the one that really surprised me, folks, was the fact that Joey Bosa agreed to a contract restructure. I did not see that one coming. I looked all over it. I'm like, something must have happened at least in that locker room, or at least in behind closed doors, that basically allowed them to negotiate, talk about a contract restructure. Joey Bosa, to me, like I said in previous videos, I thought this dude, because of the injury history and because of his, I would say, kind of like just his character and just kind of how he represented himself, I wanted this dude gone. I wanted him out, because this is not a mentality that you want in the Chargers locker room. So to me, Joey Bosa was my trade candidate, and there were rumors everywhere. They were talking about, the Patriots. They were talking about the Niners. They were talking about all other teams. But Joey Bosa made the biggest decision that I think in the end, Charger fans are grateful and thankful for with Joey Bosa. So he agreed with a contract restructure to open up some cap space along with Khalil Mack. So both Charger pass rushers are back for the 2024 season. Now, some things could be put up in play with why Joey Bosa ended up going with the contract restructure. I think part of this is now with a capable winning coach in Jim Harbaugh and one of his best running mates in Michigan and DC, Jesse Minter, there were some things that I'm sure was probably explained as far as defensive schemes, how everything was basically going to be ran. And so now with new additions coming in free agency and putting together the best possible defense to stop the run, to basically get pressures on the quarterback, get sacks, and also to end up pressurizing opposing wide receivers. I think this was kind of music to Joey Bosa's ear. And the same thing with Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack is very much invested with this organization, and is somebody that, of course, has some unfinished business to have to deal with, of course, division rival, the Las Vegas Raiders. But in the same time, Joey Bosa is a guy that had signed a big-time contract for 5 years initially when I had last covered it. The part of this is that Joey Bosa, my hope is he gets healthy, because at a young age of 29, this is unacceptable. But at the same time, he's got to get faster. I think, honestly, he's got to get a little bit more leaner, because when I watch his brother, Nick Bosa, in San Francisco, The kid's fast, the kid is small, but he's also still built for power. Whereas Joey, it kind of looks like he's built for power with the injuries, of course, sometimes can take a little bit of strain on the lower body. But at the same time, if you work it out and you get leaner, you get faster, and at the same time, you're much more of a brute force to be reckoned with on the defensive side. So that's my hope for Joey Bosa, but I'm glad he's back. I didn't anticipate this to end up happening, but at least the Chargers will have both their pass rushers. And so for Jesse Minter's defense, if you actually looked at it in the past, look at names like Aiden Hutchinson. Look at some of the others from the defensive front line and the guys that were basically giving great pass rushes and great run blocks. These guys are dogs. And the way that Jesse Minter really works it is, first of all, you give me 110% up on the front line. You do whatever it takes to get pressures on the opposing quarterback and also bust through the offensive lines any and every way that you can. But then also, you've got to swallow the run. You've got to stop the run any way that it can. So I think this is the best philosophy that I think the Chargers now have to instill, because I have not seen this philosophy in a long time since the late, great Marty Schottenheimer, and many names, as people might know: Igor Olshansky, Jamal Williams, Sean Merriman, Sean Phillips, Donnie Edwards, Ben Lee, so many guys that were a part of that defense that were very disruptive and guys that were really getting to the run and the quarterback. So I think this might actually be a come-up year for a bunch of players. Joey Bosa is one of them. Quinn Johnston, I'm hoping by second year, he comes up with Jim Harbaugh's system. But I think most importantly, that if we get a healthy Joey Bosa this year and next to Khalil Mack, damn, this is going to honestly be one of the best brute forces in the NFL. But this all takes time. This also takes going through the grind, but this also too instills a new defensive philosophy that's not about analytics. It's about manalytics. It's about guys with instincts. It's guys with killer instincts. It's with guys that are willing to bust through the line, get to the football, get to the quarterback, stop the run, and at the very least, make this defense unpenetrable. That's the one thing that I want to see from this Chargers defense. And hopefully with both these guys back, it's going to be great and it's going to be fun to watch. And Charger fans are going to absolutely lose their minds watching this. And hopefully this will be a playoff team for the near future. Appreciate you guys coming here up on this video. Jake Silva signing off here on Charger Syndicate. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And we'll see you guys on the next video of Charger Syndicate. Take care, guys.